So, me and my family recently sat down and ranked all the MCU movies from least to most favorite. So, I thought it would be fun to tell you guys about my top 10 MCU films. So, without further ado, let's get to it. At number 10, we have Avengers. As I was writing out my list, I was surprised to see that Avengers was only ranked at number 10. This film is still amazing to this day. I remember watching this film in a theater and just being so excited and amazed seeing all my favorite heroes together on screen. That is a type of excitement that few films have managed to replicate, but we will get to one soon that managed to do this a little later. At number 9 is Guardians of the Galaxy. This is the perfect example of a character-driven film. Each character gets moments to shine, and none of them feel underserved in any way to me. I think this group of characters has one of the best relationship evolutions in the MCU. This film also did a great job of introducing us to the cosmic side of the Marvel Universe. At number 8, we have Captain America Civil War. The first time I watched this movie, I actually didn't really like it that much. But upon rewatching the film twice since then, it has shot up my list into my top 10. This movie is filled with character and their motivations. It is the culmination of the arcs for both Tony and Steve. The film establishes very well why they're each on the side they are, and is the main conflict of the film. The movie is just one big character study of all of our main heroes, and that is something I absolutely love. My only issue with this movie, really, is the characterization of Cap near the end of the movie, but that minor issue does not overshadow all the amazing things that this movie achieves. At number 7 is Spider-Man Homecoming. Although Spidey was introduced in Civil War, this is the film that firmly established him and his place in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I personally think this is the film that had the best character development in it for Spidey. Future editing me here. Upon thinking about it more, I actually now disagree with what I just said right there. Thinking about it now, I actually think Far From Home has the better character development for Spidey. That's not to say Homecoming doesn't have good character development. It has fantastic development, but I think Far From Home does a little more for the character than Homecoming does, thinking about it now. But we'll get on to my thoughts on Far From Home in a few spaces. His relationship with Tony and the Vulture, as the main villain, are just two things that firmly plant it into my top 10. At number 6, we have Avengers Age of Ultron. On paper, this film should not have worked. Having main arcs for every one of our main heroes, introducing 4 of the biggest comic characters in the same movie, and having one of the Avengers' biggest villains in Ultron all in one film? This should have been a mess. But somehow it all feels natural, and every plot point is given room to breathe. I love the development of all of our main characters. I think Ultron is one of the best MCU villains we have seen, and it manages to introduce 2 of my favorite Marvel characters in the same film in a very satisfying way. At number 5 is Avengers Infinity War. This was one of the most anticipated movies ever, and it managed to surpass all my expectations. This is one of those movies that is so good, you never want to watch it again. By that, I mean the story is so powerful and heartbreaking that you never want to go through it again. And in this context, that is a very good thing. At number 4 is Iron Man 3. Iron Man 3 is one of the best character films I personally have ever seen. And personally, I love the Mandarin twist. I seem to be the only one who does, so I know this will be very divisive. But this movie does the most development for Tony's character out of any of the MCU movies, and that is why it is at number 4. At number 3 is Avengers Endgame. Where do I even start with this movie? There's so much going on here that it's almost impossible to do it justice in just a tiny chunk like this. It is the ultimate culmination of stories and character development. Remember how I said during my Avengers entry that there was only one other film that captured the childlike excitement of seeing all your favorite heroes together? Well, this is the movie I was referring to. Never have I laughed, cheered, cried, and gasped more in one film viewing than I have the first time I saw this film. And the second, and the third, and the 15th. Let's move on, shall we? At number 2 is Spider-Man Far From Home. This is my personal favorite Spider-Man story. The development here is astonishing, and Mysterio is one of the best film villains in my opinion. This movie somehow manages to encapsulate everything I love about Spidey in one film. I can't really express how much I love this film. It is just so good. But it's not my favorite, because coming in at number 1 is Captain America: The Winter Soldier. This film is my personal favorite MCU film for two main reasons. One, it delivers some of the best development of characters I have ever seen. Every character is given the proper time to breathe, and none of them feel over or underused. They are used just as much as they need to be in a story. Two, this is also my favorite story in the MCU. It is filled with so many twists and bucket loads of intrigue. So, yeah, those are my top 10 favorite MCU movies, and why they are my favorite. Feel free to share your own top 10 in the comment section below. Hope you all enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel to see even more content by me. And if you want to see even more content by me, then feel free to follow me on my Instagram and Twitter pages, which are both at Family Entertainment. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you have an awesome rest of your day. Bye!